Luigi brings pizzas to his house, only for Mario to instantly blow them up after tripping on the chair. Now the bros head back to the pizza place for another pie. Mario introduces himself to the owner, Peppino, and after a brief stare down, they become fast friends. Being from the old country, he happily gives them 50 boxes after paying, but right after he leaving the store, his jealousy kicks in over not having a pizza shop on his own. Desperate to start business, Mario steals a retirement home to convert into a restaurant. Overcharges for a single pie and fails to make his own. Peppino invades the joint, telling him he opened right across the street from his own shop, but the impulsive paisan tells him to piss off. He proceeds ordering millions of pizza from the hut to sell to unsuspecting customers, but Peppino demolishes the building, urging Mario to pursue his revenge. Entering the tower, he throws hands with various pizza-themed characters and makes it to Peppino's hideout. They both engage in a taunt-off, and Peppino is impressed with his talents. Mario reciprocates, telling him his pizza is amazing, and the two makes amends by running the pizza place together. A floating pizza head enters, making a lame joke, prompting the two chefs to blast the mozzarella out of him. 8 out of 10. A brick oven bonanza between two psycho Italians. It's a nice spin on the runaway indie side-scrolling hit, even with the different title. Although I had to ask what was going through Mario's head being jealous of Peppino when the two hit it off so well at first. The scenes to Tower felt like they went a bit longer than they need to, but still represents the insanity of Pizza Tower very well. So I guess you could say this episode is like pizza fresh from the oven you always get from your local establishment. Eat up and don't fill up on breadsticks, paisanos.
What? I'm the Lorax, guardian of the forest. I speak for
my magnum dom.
Maggie and Tari hang out at the showgrounds until Mario drives a bulldozer into the forest. Apparently he and Peppino had another falling out off screen and got kicked out of his shop, prompting him to start his own pizza place again using lumber for construction. Tari and Maggie are against this idea since cutting an excessive amount of trees is causing climate change and 1 or 2 trees were enough to build it. Mario reasonably agrees with them by continuing to mow down trees elsewhere and manipulates 3 into helping out without telling the cause. The girls attempt to stop their selfish deed, but are smacked away by their mechs. Tari's upset her friends are obvious to the issue, and she wasn't assertive enough, while Maggie asserts her to not give up. An orange Danny DeVito is summoned, overhearing their predicament, and calls his tree army to save their forest and put a stop to the foolish plumbers. Both groups put up a fight, ironically putting the earth at higher risk with the damage. Fed up with the battle, Mario feeds one of the trees his pizza, who finds it delicious, understanding his delicacy is worth enough to share with the world. They consensually transform into a small stand. 3 realizes he's been duped into doing this petty task and storms off. Tari thanks Maggie for the moral support and having someone to lead when she's unable to stand up for herself. We end on DeVito creepily staring at us, knowing what we look up in our private time. Don't worry. He did try to sell us a car for his pro-environmental movie. 8 out of 10. A shenanigan 2-on-2 featuring buffoons going against necessary morale. It's a nice video with a simple conflict, and I appreciate the focus on Tari becoming a stronger character. The problem is Mario's reasoning for starting a new pizza place. The last video ended with him and Peppino gladly working with each other, but then they're suddenly on bad terms again. It isn't explained or shown what happened between episodes, which reeks of continuity error. 3 doesn't do much here aside from aiding Mario, because he still loves destroying stuff. Tari and Maggie are good in this video, despite what certain groups will tell you as they have their reasons to protect the forest. Mario's open to finally making something of himself with his culinary passion, but it wasn't necessary to cut down dozens of trees for one small stand. Honestly, the ending can be silly and out of the left field, potentially undermining its environmental message, but in terms of comedy, it's fair game since both groups gain a compromise. This video is harmless, but not flawless. It had issues addressed. I would have given it a 9.5. It's not the spit milk to cry over, and neither is other kinds of dairy like this next episode.
cream.
Karen works at her McDonald's shift with Swag as her manager. Then comes Mario and Ford grabbing a quick bite while on the road. Mario begs for ice cream, yet Ford refuses to let him make a mess in his RV, but he's still letting him eat by ordering a Happy Meal. As Karen takes their orders, Swag watches her too closely to make sure she does everything properly, while Ford is forced to babysit a man older than his age. Hey, there might be a hidden meaning in there. Karen gives them their order and Swag gives her a pat on the head, aka the sweetest shit ever, until Mario forcibly destroys the ice cream machine. Swag is in despair that it's broken and the customers are throwing a frenzy as a result. Worried this location could shut down, Karen steps in to put customers, including the pesky plumber, in line while Swag repairs the device and tries to stay loyal to his husband. They deliver the ice cream to everyone, even the guy who started this mess in the first place, and are paid for their troubles. Ford recovers from the ordeal by strangling his buddy, Simpson style, for his stubborn impatience, while Swag rewards his partner with a free cone. But seriously, why settle McDonald's ice cream when Baskin Robbins is a thing? 7.5 out of 10. Karen is the true highlight, no cap. The title is technically correct, but also implies he starts working at the same joint again, breaking it through the other circumstances. A better title would be Swag and Karen Go to McDonald's, assuming viewers will get that reference. The episode is fairly decent with the notable KV, Mario's obnoxious start to ride over ice cream. Even getting what he wants, he still gets scolded by others. Even if it was a pretty hot day, there was no excuse for tackling the machine. You know, it throws a wrench into the golden child argument, describing Mario as a hapless individual who does nothing wrong and is needlessly harmed by his peers. Except for the fact he's done mischievous crap towards his friends in the past and to this day, usually getting himself for like a crash test dummy in the process. Also, it seems like they can't get away with showing one-up mushrooms anymore without being accused of contradicting with their lore. Ignoring this as a video game universe where he can grab as many lives and continue as he wants, and it's been proven there are far more powerful beasts than him. The fanbase gets a kick out of pulling a Dusman shirt making Molehill Mountains. I'll tell ya, Swag is indeed funny as usual, though his perfectionism towards Karen works says otherwise. Karen's absolutely the best one here, and not because of the outrage discussion that should have stayed in 2016. The pacing is slow in the beginning, but Mario's chaos picks it up, turning this episode into a perfectly acceptable McDonald's combo with a free code. Time for the final video of this month. Maggie's rewatching old clips of her idol one-shot rant, inspired to complete her final assignment to graduate. Heading to the showgrounds, she bumps into the Mario Bros and Tari for help. Somehow the past full year has been a blur to them as she explains why she needs to do the assignment in the first place. Her project is to make Luigi and Tari overcome their fears, knowing that they fit the definition of pushover pretty well. After running a few tests that turn him into kindergartners watching a scary movie, she decides a haunted house is a better fit. Mario then claims it sucks and he could do better than a couple of cheap jump scares, so he converts the house into a Doom Tunnel theme around him. Because nothing's scarier than egotism, the game goes in as Maggie provides more support while the two are terrified of copious amounts of their red cape paisano. Luigi unveils the whole thing, noticing a curtain and opening it to discover Mario pulling the strings. He freaks out then when spotted, causing the mechanical head to malfunction and trap its creator in a fire. Maggie panics, urging Luigi and Tari to finally take matters to their own hands. They put out the fire and pull Mario out of there and escape in the nick of time. Maggie congratulates them for her bravery and glad her project is a success. Then Mario smugly corrects her that the tunnel was his idea and deserves all the credit instead of some. After pushing her buttons over this petty request, he gets strangled while Luigi and Tari walk away content with their lesson. Now, if only he could learn basic manners. 10 out of 10, a tunnel of fear that turned into a wacky fun. The episode is a fun time with a slice of character development for Tari and Luigi, my bad. The humor, pacing, and characters align neatly to make a vehicle quality video. Things are mostly looking up for the gang this season. Now, if there was a way to ward off a mob of angry, stupid commentators on the internet, perhaps a tunnel of tolerance. Okay, jokes here and there. Yep, another short and sweet batch this was, but I'm sure we will look into something deeper this summer. Hope you guys are staying cool and getting out of school. And as always, peace out.
I don't want your tips. I want you to shut the fuck up! Oh!